Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog series. Sorry y'all if my hair's a mess. This is vlog 13 of this saga drama. So where did I leave off last? Oh, so I just started college. I started dating this one guy. His name was Chris, a different one. He was 4'1". I shit you not. And it was a different change of scenery when that started with me. Me and him started dating. We only dated for, well, I think it was less than a month. And around that time, I had put up a dating profile back then. This is back then. A dating profile on fucking POF. And weirdly enough, this is where my son's father comes into picture. So I got a message one day while I was in class, and it was Josh, my son's dad. And I didn't think nothing of it at the time, like, oh, it's probably just one of these little gangster wangster little it boys. And so I didn't pay much attention. And so, like, the day after, I had got a message from my daughter's dad. And he was like, you and I, we need to talk. We need to actually meet. And so after school, I drove over to the other end of town. And I met up with him. As soon as I got there, I pulled up. And I got out of the car. And I had just had my scrubs on, and I got out. I looked at him, and I asked him. I said, "What do you want?" And he goes, "I want you back." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I want to be with you." So I had a decision to make, and I was already with another guy, which his name was Chris. He was 4'1", and so I had told him, I said, let me think about it. I'll get back to you in like a day. And he said, okay, that's fine. Well, later that night, I got home, and the guy that I was currently dating came over, took me out on a date. And y'all, talk about dating a short person. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody out there that's short. It was awkward. Like, I shit you not. And I had just told him, like, look, it ain't gonna work out. I'm gonna probably get back with my ex and try to work everything out with him and everything else on top of it. And so we had broke up that night. And later that night, I contacted my daughter's dad, which his name is Chris, the main one. And so I called him. I said, hey, I just broke up with my boyfriend, awkward situation, all this and all that. And he was like, okay, whatever on that. And so he was like, do you want to try to get back with each other? I said, that depends on a lot. And he goes, what do you mean? I was like, that depends on a lot. I said, you gotta change your ways. You gotta stop. You have to stop dumping me every fucking holiday, and you've got to change your ways. You gotta stop drinking. Gotta stop partying. I'm not dealing with it no more. You're controlling, possessive ways. I'm not dealing with it no more. And in the beginning, he said he would. So we got back together. Everything started good. We were spending more time together, going out on dates, having just us time. I've spent a couple nights at the apartment back then. Things went good. We started hanging out more, paying attention with each other more. And after a while, things started to simmer down. He started acting real different. And I kind of noticed that when I brought it up to him, I kind of noticed that he was not acting right. He was getting more aggressive, more possessive, more violent, more attitude-ish, and all this shit. And I kept thinking, I'm like, he's back doing the alcohol again. And one night I was over at the apartment. God, if I could talk today. Over at the apartment, and we were messing around, fooling around, and all that shit. And he wanted to try something new. So I thought, okay, I'll put him to the fucking test. And so we were messing around. He decided, be stupid about it. He goes down, and not even down there for a minute, and he freaks out. And when that happened, I got up, got dressed, and I left because I got tired of it. And so I went home, got a shower, and the whole 9 yards. I got started on homework. And when I started doing my homework, he ends up calling me. And he's like, what in the hell was that about? I was like, I don't know. I just left. And he's like, you don't love me. You ain't in love with me. You don't care about me. You don't want to be with me. You know what just happened with us not even a couple months ago. And you just want to just walk out. I said, you need to deal with that on your own. I said, I've dealt with it. I've been over it, and I've gotten past it. And he was like telling me, oh, well, you don't care about me. You'd rather go be a whore and a slut and a skank and all this shit, which I'm none of that. And I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I was like, I'm done. I'm done being with you. I'm not going to deal with it. So I got a hold of Josh, which Josh is my son's dad. And I started getting a hold of him. I was texting him. We started out talking as friends, just friends. And at that time, I didn't think anything about it, like if it would go anywhere, if it would go and end up being what it did. And we started talking, and he was like, hey, I want to come over, I want to hang out with you. And I'm like, in that moment, I'm just like, I was like, no offense. I was like, you're sweet. I know that you care. But I said, right now, I don't want to be around anybody. And he was like, okay. So me and Josh, we started talking on the phone. And he called me, and he's like, hey, what's going on? Did something happen? I was like, me and my daughter's dad broke up. Things are just not been going right, and I'm just not dealing with things right and all this and all that. Well, weird twist of fate, not knowing that Josh had a sister that I went to school with. And how the story intertwines is going to be pretty interesting. And he was like on the phone with me then. This is the whole other Josh I know. That is the father of my child. But the whole other Josh I know, he was like, you don't deserve that. You deserve a guy that's going to be your number one, that's going to take care of you and all this and all that. And I was like, okay. And so the next day I had school, got up, got dressed in the normal. And so, not thinking about it, we were texting on and off all day. He was making me laugh, making me smile, and the whole 9 yards. And this is the Josh that I knew before he turned into who he turned into. And he was like, well, when can I come over and see you? I was like, I don't know yet. I was like, I need a little bit of more time. Well, not knowing, I'm in class, my phone ends up getting blown up, and it's my daughter's dad. He's like, I want to see you, I miss you, I'm so sorry. I should not have acted like that with you. I apologize. Can I please just be with you? And I didn't answer back. On my phone my phone went nuts. I'm in class. I think it was my English class. Then, yeah, I was in my main actual, like, ED classes. And my phone started blowing up. Like, he was texting me 20 to 25 times a minute. And my girlfriend, who I went to school with, that knows me, I was out in the hallway. And she comes out there, she's like, what's going on? I was like, my daughter's dad's texting me, going nuts, going off his rocker again, and the whole 9 yards. And so, stay tuned for part number 14. Deuces.